Hello and welcome back to the Private Label Masters YouTube channel. If this is your first time at the channel, I invite you to subscribe and also join our thriving community on Facebook. Both links are in the description below. Now, in our previous episode, episode 1, we talked about the 3 major aspects of getting a private label business off the ground and using the power of fulfillment by Amazon to scale that business. Well, in this video, it is time to dig a little deeper. We're gonna dig deeper into step number 1, and that is finding a good, profitable product to sell on Amazon.com. And here we are at product research. Product research is a crucial, fundamental element of every successful private label products business. You will not find a successful private label seller without successful private label products. So the big question that we're gonna answer today is, how do I go about finding them? Not just one, not just two, but over and over. What are some tools that I can use? What is the criteria that I should look for? Stay tuned, and that's what we're gonna talk about. So our first step here is tools. Think about if you were gonna go out and choose a product to sell online. Now, there's many different ways you could go about it. You could go to the store, pick a random item and say, you know what? I think I might source something like this and try to sell it. Does that mean it would sell? Most likely not. You could be sitting on the couch and come out with some fabulous idea in your mind and say, you know what? If I created this product, I think it would sell. But does that mean it would? We have no idea, and most likely the odds are against you. That is why we need a few tools to help us with our research. Thankfully, we have quite a few available to us. Now, we're just gonna talk about 2 briefly right now. First, we have option A, Jungle Scout, and then we have option B, Viral Launch. Now, I personally have used both of these tools, and I feel both are very effective and efficient at helping me find private label products. I found the majority of my products using these 2 exact tools. So what do these tools do? Perhaps you've heard of them, or perhaps you haven't. If you haven't, let's talk about it briefly. These tools allow you to search the Amazon website using specific filters so that you find specific types of products. For example, you can search by category. You can then filter it by price. You can then filter it by monthly sales. You can then filter it by amount of reviews. So that instead of looking at this huge amount of products, having no idea, getting lost in all of them, no product to be found, you can then start to hone it in so that you can find products that fit the criteria that we're gonna talk about next. Before we go on to the next step, it's also good to note that these products, if you do have a product idea in mind, you can go on to the Amazon website, look for that type of product, and then run one of these 2 tools against it to get an idea if the product's actually selling. It'll give you estimates of the actual sales that are happening for that exact product. Again, if you've never used one of these tools before or haven't heard of them, I'm gonna put the links to both of them in the description below. Go to their websites, check out their brief tutorials to show you how these tools will make your product research efficient and effective. Well, let's move on to step 2, our criteria. All right, we have a great tool to help us spot these products, but then how do we know what a good criteria and what a good private label product looks like? Let's look at A, market depth. In other words, does this product have demand? Are people actually selling? Are customers actually buying this product? Now, what market depth looks like, or a product being in demand, would show a minimum of 3 to 5 sellers selling in that niche. You see, we wanna see not one seller being successful, but multiple sellers being successful. Because this niche that we're looking at, or this potential product, is like a pie. And if we can see more sellers getting a piece of that pie, we can feel confident that if we too enter this market, we will get a piece of that pie also. However, if we just come up with some clever idea and put it up, and we don't verify market depth, we could be sitting on a whole bunch of inventory that nobody wants. We just thought people wanted it. Let's move on to section B, low liability. With so many products to choose from that we could potentially sell and source, we wanna make sure that they are low liability products. The worst thing that can happen to you in your private label products business is for somebody to sue you. Now, this rarely happens. And that's most likely because the majority of successful private label sellers do not go after high risk, high liability products. So I don't recommend you going out there and sourcing a bunch of knives, a bunch of ninja stars, or anything that would go topical on the skin. Products such as that there is just gonna be a lot more liability risk for you and your potential business. Let's look at the next section, C, unique selling advantage. Now this is super important for your products. You want to have a way for your product to stand out in some way. Yes, we can see there's market depth. The market has been verified. There are multiple sellers selling it and they're selling well. But why would anybody want to buy my product? Now here at Private Label Masters, we are against Me Too products. In other words, we do not recommend you at all sourcing an exact same copycat product and putting it up on the market. What I recommend is to have a unique selling advantage. And we've brought out just 3 here of ways that you can provide this unique selling advantage. First, we have a bundle. Well, what does that look like? If you go on to Amazon.com right now and you type in 30-ounce stainless steel tumbler, you will see a multitude of sellers selling the exact same product, a 30-ounce double-walled stainless steel tumbler. And you know what? Only a few of those sellers are actually selling a lot. However, you will also see on the front page those who have created a bundle. These would include perhaps a handle, a straw cleaner, a lid, multiple types of lids. You see, it makes it stand out from all those other sellers who are just selling that 30-ounce stainless steel tumbler that all the other sellers were going after. What is another way that we can provide a unique selling advantage? Well, we have here the next step, an improvement. How do we know how we can improve an item? Well, Amazon makes it easy for us. If you look through the product reviews that customers have left for different products, you can spot quickly what needs to be fixed on a product. Go ahead and click on any product right now and look at the negative reviews. What are people consistently complaining about? And then start to see, okay, is this something simple that I can fix? That perhaps I can reach out to a manufacturer and say, hey, can you make this quick adjustment here? Send me a sample and then see if it works better. So that is the second way that you can provide a unique selling advantage, an improvement on the product. Check out those customer reviews to give you some tips. And finally, we have here quantity. In other words, maybe a purchaser would rather have a multiple of a certain product. Let's say we were talking about that stainless steel tumbler. Right? The majority of people only want one 30-ounce stainless steel tumbler. But there are other products that you could probably think of right now that people buy in case packs. What do you think is a better deal for the customer and also cheaper to ship them? A customer going on the Amazon Marketplace and buying 30 individual orders of one product, or the option being available of a 30 case pack of that item? You see, that is a unique selling advantage in itself. So one way that you can see, is this a product that would have a good case pack or quantity addition that I could add to it, is to look in the reviews. See if people are buying multiple products. Perhaps they said, I bought a set of these, I bought 5 of these, I bought quite a few of these. That can give you a tip right there. Also, get in the mind of the buyer. What type of product is this? Would this purchaser want more than one? Would they want 5? Would they want 10? Would they want 20? That'll give you some ideas of perhaps another way that you can provide a unique selling advantage. Now, best of all is if you can do all 3 of these in the same product. It rarely happens, but if you can do that, it provides a huge unique selling advantage over the competition. Now, let's move on to section D. And finally, we want products that have brand potential. I don't want you thinking too far ahead in the future and thinking, okay, I'm gonna pass up on this product because I can't make a brand out of it. I'm gonna pass up on this product because I can't make a brand out of it. A lot of times for a new seller, you just have to see that the private label business model works. So if that means launching a few products first to just get some income and learn the process, I fully support that. In fact, that's what I did. And you'll start to see once you learn the process, then you can go about sourcing products that have brand potential. Because if you look far in the future, you don't want to have random products here and there that sell. You would like to have a brand or multiple brands with multiple product lines underneath it. You see, could you imagine instead of moving on just the Amazon Marketplace, you're now in retail stores across the nation. Think of how easy it is to sell a complimentary product to someone who has brand loyalty. Think of how much more real estate you take up on the Amazon Marketplace when you have several items in the same niche under the same brand. Think of how easy it is to sell further products to those customers who have already bought one of your products already. So, finally, that is what I'd like you to always check out and look to see. Does my potential product have brand potential? Could I see myself building complementary products onto this product? So in review, we talked about 1, tools for product research. And I highly recommend Jungle Scout or Viral Launch. The links are in the descriptions below so you can watch some free tutorials and see how these tools can help you in your product research. Then we moved on to section 2, which was our criteria. We wanted to find products that have a market depth, ones that we know are in demand, that we can see ourselves also entering the market and getting a piece of that pie. Then we had section B, low liability. The last thing we want to do is to get sued for a product. So with so many products out there, let's stay away from those knives and those ninja stars, and let's go after something a little more safe. Then we had section C, a unique selling advantage, and I cannot stress the importance of this. No Me Too products. Find a way to stand out. Perhaps with a bundle, remember our stainless steel tumbler with handle, with lid, with straw cleaner. Perhaps we have an improvement. Check out those customer reviews, the negative ones, see if there's a way to improve the product. And finally, we have a quantity. Perhaps customers want a higher case back of that actual product. Finally, section D, does this product have brand potential? Could I see myself in the future building multiple product lines off of this one product and building a brand that I can eventually one day sell for a 3 to 4 times multiple maybe? Or that I could see perhaps in my local Whole Foods, on many other different brick and retail stores. Thank you for tuning in to episode 2 of our private label mini course. Again, I invite you, if you enjoyed this video, I invite you to look at any of our other videos. We have tons of videos, all private label related. I also invite you not only to subscribe to the YouTube channel, but to join our Facebook group community, where we have over 3,000 members, and it is a thriving community where we're all building each other up, trying to get further in this private label product business model. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in episode 3.